Hello and welcome to Blender Bite Size. In this video I'll be showing you how to make this material procedurally in Blender. Feeling lazy? You can support this channel and skip the hard work by grabbing the blend file for this material from Gumroad for just £1. Feeling flush? Feel free to throw some of that coin my way using the coffee link in the description below the video. Okay, let's distress a teacup. So just to remind you, I'm in the shading tab. I have viewport shading enabled. I've got my object loaded and I've already applied a principled shader to it. I'm going to start by dragging this off to the left. Now this is going to be the main ceramic color and texture. So we are going to make a couple of changes. Sheen will increase to 0.5, sheen tint to 0.5 and clear coat to 1. Let's leave everything else as it is for the moment. So we've now got a nice glossy ceramic. Now we need some displacement to create the cracks and stuff, so we're going to grab a noise texture. So press Shift A and search for noise texture, and we're going to take the factor from that into the displacement. Now don't panic, everything will work out in the end. We're going to change the scale to 9.5, detail to 10, roughness to 0.4 and distortion to 0.05. Next up, I need to grab a displacement node and drop it between the noise texture and the material output. So that has kind of solved the jaggediness, but it's moved it into a very unusual position. So we need to pop something in here, which is a math node. And we're going to change the comparison to maximum. And on the displacement node, we're going to change the scale to minus 0.035. So it's back in position. Next up, we need to create a texture for the actual cracked stuff. So let's duplicate our principled shader. Let's grab a mix shader node and let's plug this into the second shader slot. So that we can see better what's going on, I'm just going to change the color of the ceramic. Let's go for that. Now we need to control the factor of how these are mixed. So we're going to grab a math node, drop it in here, and duplicate that and drop it just above the other maximum one. This first one we'll leave as add. This second one we're going to change to greater than on the comparison mode. And we also need to grab a value node because we need to control two values with the same number. Let's just shift these over a bit. Okay, so this value here that we're going to set at 0.557, quite a specific number, we are going to plug into top slot on the add math node and the top slot on the maximum node. Now on the noise texture, we've already got it plugged into this maximum node, but we also need to put it into the greater than node, and that will go into the top slot. and the output from this math node will go into the bottom slot of the greater than. This will get plugged into the factor. Let's just shift these around a bit so again we can see those paths a little bit better. Now on the add node, change the value to 0.01, and you can already see the cracks happening, or cracks forming. And what we need to do is actually make some changes to the principled shader for the cracking. So we're going to drop anything that basically has any reflectivity or glossiness, and we're going to increase the roughness to 1. And on the ceramics shader, we're going to drop the roughness to 0.1, so it's much more glossy. Now we need to control the height for the displacement of the roughness. So instead of this value going into the normal slot, we're going to move it into the height. And now you can see we've got that rough sort of broken ceramic texture going on. Now we can change various aspects of this using the noise texture. And what this will do will change the sort of outline. So if I increase it, you'll see you get a little bit more detail in there. And if I change the roughness to 0.5, again, you'll get much more of this sort of extra artifact. So that wouldn't happen with chipped ceramics. Basically, it would just chip off the edges, chip the paint, and then you'd see the rough stuff underneath. Oops. So I think I'll leave the settings detail of 10, roughness of 0.35, and we will send that to render. I'm using the Cycles render engine with 1000 samples, and I do have denoising enabled. You can obviously try out various different parameters for yourself, but let's take a look at what happens. Okay, there we go. It's sped up quite considerably after about 500 samples, so you probably don't need much more than that. But I hope you found that useful. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up, and of course subscribe for future content. In the meantime, thanks for watching.